first of all, to Justin, who shows such incredible leadership. He is known, I'm sure, to everyone in this room. I told Justin, I gave Justin a big hug when I came in here, because I hadn't been able to do that since he made his commitment. And I love the guy because he is committed. Talk about commitment. He knows politics, but more important, my friends, Justin knows people. And he's dedicated to people, and he's dedicated to our party. And I'm deeply grateful, Justin, that you're working with us. I want to thank my very good friend, Dr. Odidi, who I connected with at a very gut level. There was something the first time that we met, we kind of looked at each other, and I don't know if he felt the same way about me, but I wanted to hug him right away. Because I sensed in him somebody who cares deeply about people as well. And you cannot do that without expressing that in action. And the action that Dr. Odidi took by leaving this country and running for the presidency in a country that really and truly needs that kind of compassionate leadership with all of the risks, with all that it involved, I have to tell you, this man is a man of character and someone who I'm proud to call a friend, and I want to thank him for his support. Someone said to me earlier, why do you feel that you can win? And I said, look around. Look around. I believe that not only can we win the leadership, but we can win the next election in 2011, because this room, I believe, reflects the new Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario. I want to take just a couple of minutes and I want to tell you something about me. Now, you've read some of the things in the paper, you may have gone onto my website. But I want to talk to you over the next few minutes, not about a lot of policy. I want to talk to you about who I am, because that should be what you base your decision on in terms of who you want to choose as the leader of this party. How do I make decisions? What are the principles and the values that guide me in my decision making? Because once you understand what the values are and the principles are that someone is guided by, you know what the policies will be that will flow from that source of values and principles. And so here is who I am. I am an immigrant. I was 5 years old when my family came to this country. And they came here because they saw it as a land of opportunity. Not because of what this country would give them, but simply offer an opportunity. And my father, the first day we were here, took a job on a farm, and he worked on that farm the next day. And within 12 months, he had started his own business. And within 20 months, he was employing 20 people. And those are the values that I observed as a child growing up, and had values like that. Work ethic. Don't ask what can be done for you, but do whatever you can to contribute to your community, to look after your family. My mother, from the time that we came here to this country, worked in a factory, and she did until she was 65 years of age and retired from that factory. Those were the values that I was taught. Work hard, make a contribution. But I want to tell you this story because it also reflects the other side of what I learned from my parents. As a family, we always went shopping on Friday night, and we went to the local Loblaw store, and I'll never forget this. My father, one night, as we were leaving on our way home, took one bag of groceries, and he took it to the front door of a house that we stopped at on the way home, knocked on the door, came back to the car, got into the car, and we drove off without ever waiting for that door to open. And as a young child, I found that strange, and I said to my father, why did you do that? And he said to me in words that continue to ring in my head for years, and I still hear them now. Son, those people are having difficulty. We are helping them. I learned from my father that not only was he fiscally responsible by looking after his family, he had a heart for people who needed help. And those are the principles that ingrained themselves in me. And then when I was 24 years old, I was asked to run for the Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario. The president of the local riding association said, Frank, we would like you to run for the Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario. And I said, what's a progressive conservative? I had never been involved in politics before, knew nothing about politics, like maybe some of you here. So he told me, and I want you to listen, please, if you remember nothing else but what I'm about to tell you, it will change this province. He said to me, a progressive conservative is someone who believes on the one hand in fiscal responsibility, that if you have the ability to work, to earn an income, to look after yourself and your family, you have a responsibility to do that. On the other hand, a progressive conservative is someone who believes in social responsibility. That if there's somebody in our community who cannot look after themselves because of a disability or health reasons or circumstances beyond their control, we collectively have a responsibility to ensure that they are looked after, that their needs are met, that they live in dignity. And my friends, that is what we believe as progressive conservatives. Somebody said to me when I came in, what kind of a conservative are you? Are you right? Are you left? Are you red? Are you blue? And my response was, I am a progressive conservative. It hasn't changed from the time I was 24 years old until today. I've been the same kind of conservative. We look after the fiscal responsibility side. We do what we can to ensure that we're prudent, that we're good stewards of what we have. We want to ensure that people are encouraged and rewarded for hard work. We want to minimize the encroachment of government into our lives. But on the other hand, we want to ensure that people have a life of dignity and that we look after the social needs that people have. And it's that balance that causes me to be very proud of my tradition as a progressive conservative. And so, we're now moving into a process as a party to select a leader. And I am asking you to consider giving me your support. And I'm asking you to consider, first of all, what it takes to lead our party. And I believe, first of all, it is a deep commitment to those principles that I just described. Second, I believe that during these tough economic times, it's important that whoever leads our party and ultimately takes on responsibility as the premier of this province, that individual have the necessary experience to make the very difficult decisions that will have to be made. And part of that experience, I believe, is a real understanding of the business world in which we are. I believe that my 25 years of experience in business, building a business, creating jobs, fighting the red tape of government, meeting a payroll, through tough times as well as very prosperous times, I believe that uniquely qualifies me to take on the responsibility of leadership, not only of our party, but as premier of this province. I also believe that my 14 years of experience as a cabinet minister, as an MPP,